This boy didn't want to go to school. Every morning, his mom would call his name. Menking, it's time for school. And every morning, the boy would just groan. He thought school was boring and way too hard. He would rather stay home all day and play with his toy cars. But one night, something magical happened that changed everything. Let me tell you all about it. The boy's name was Menking. He lived in a small, colorful village. He loved climbing trees and watching cartoons, but going to school was the one thing he hated. One night, as Menking was fast asleep, a strange sound woke him up. It was a soft tapping noise coming from inside his room. Tap, tap. He slowly opened his eyes, and what he saw made him gasp. Standing right next to his bed was a tiny creature with sparkling wings. It was wearing little glasses and holding a tiny book. "I am Professor Twinkle, the school fairy," the creature said in a squeaky voice. "I heard you don't like school. Is that true?" Menking was stunned, but managed to nod his head. "It's boring," he mumbled. "I don't need it." Menking couldn't help but laugh. "Wow, school can be fun?" he asked, his eyes wide with wonder. "Of course," squeaked Professor Twinkle. "Learning gives you power, magic power. Let me show you." The fairy was confident he could change Menking's mind. His classmates at school always seemed excited, but Menking never understood why. Now, he was about to find out. With another flick of his wand, the fairy took Menking on a magical journey. They flew right out of his window and into a forest where all the animals could talk. A wise old owl, perched on a branch, hooted at them. "Because children learn to read," the owl said, "they can understand amazing stories about the whole world." Next, they soared over a giant castle made of stone. A knight in shining armor stood guard on the tower. Because children learn math, the knight shouted up to them, "They can solve any puzzle and build strong castles like this one." Menking was starting to see that school wasn't so bad after all. Their final stop was a busy workshop filled with whirry gears and flashing lights. An inventor was busy building robots. She looked up and smiled. "Because children go to school," she explained, "they can learn to create amazing things that help everyone." Menking's eyes sparkled with excitement. "I never knew school could help me do all that," he exclaimed. He had always thought school was just a place with hard tests and boring lessons. He finally understood that every subject was like a key to a new adventure. Professor Twinkle had shown him a world of possibilities he never knew existed. How did the boy deal with school after this? The next morning, Menking woke up with a huge smile on his face. When his mom called out, "Time for school," he didn't groan. Instead, he jumped right out of bed. "Okay, I'm ready," he shouted. He quickly packed his bag, put on his shoes, and ran outside, eager to get to class. At school, everything felt different. He met new friends on the playground. He solved a math problem that felt like a fun puzzle. He read an exciting story about a pirate, and he even laughed out loud during a science lesson. Menking wasn't scared anymore. He wasn't bored anymore. He finally understood that school wasn't a place he had to go. It was a place that helped him grow. Learning was a magical power, and he was ready to become a wizard.